Hello, in this video I will talk about how to play Bargad on keyboard. Since I can't really read music, this video will be a bit more descriptive and I will kind of talk about how I listen to a song and try to figure out at least how to play along so that I can sing with it. That will be the main focus of this. So before I play any song, I try to figure out what notes are there in the song. So da 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 na 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 da 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 na 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 na. So these are kind of the main notes of the song, which are the most striking. So now we have so many keys on the keyboard, right? So many swars. F. So so this will be the sa. And now where would what will be the scale? What will be the set of notes which would accommodate the most amount of the melody of the song? Most amount of notes that are used in the melody of the song. So I try to figure that out, the scale of the song. So this is kind of a note that I can't really figure out where to put this. So C. So not C, sorry. B. But if we reduce it half a semitone, this is a note that is used in the song. So and now we figure out how to play the melody of the song. Now that we have figured out the scale. So step 1 is the note, the home note, then the scale, then figuring out how to play the melody on the right hand. These are kind of the notes, and in the second part we can directly go, but I find this to be a little bit less emotional. Instead, what if we do? It is kind of like a slip, your fingers have slipped, or kind of the words have slipped before the whole thought has come out. So and then we again come back to the main melody. There is always a delay in how I play the notes. They are not exactly on the right moment, so not of the same size. So the intervals in between, they shift. That is a fluidity that you can also change in order to make your melody sound more than what is presented in the song. So now that we know the melody, we need to find out where these melodies would make the most sense. So I think of the melodies as a picture, and what we play on the left hand kind of like a background where the picture would shine the most. So we know that F is the main home. So if we go one octave down, from here to one octave down, and we play the first and the fifth, so this is our home. This is where we need to come back again and again. But we can't really stay in the home forever and sing the whole song, right? We have to move a bit farther away and explore more possibilities, more opportunities, and then creatively, beautifully come back to our home. So for this, we can kind of hear the scale and which backgrounds would make our picture more shine. So this is the farthest we have come from home. A little bit farther, the farthest. So now if we play the melody, now we are in this second, a bit farther away. So we have already come to the second most closest place to the home. So again, slip that I talked about, instead of, which is a bit more direct and less emotional in my opinion. So once you figure out these steps, the melody, first the home note, then the scale, then the melody, try to make it more emotional, what sounds most you. So for me it could be the slip of a note, for you it could be, or how you play around with the other notes to land it to here. Once you figure out the melody on your right hand, you can figure out the left hand, which background would make your picture shine the most. bit dependent, very much dependent on the scale of your song, or if not, then you can explore different possibilities, different backgrounds, but make it make sense so that when you finally come to your home, it all makes sense. So for me, I have not reached that level yet, so I play it safe by making the background fit the majority of the notes of the scale. So now we are home. So you can start with less possibilities of backgrounds and then explore more and more. And now, once you have both the melody and the background for the picture, that is the melody, you can play around with intervals, how long or short you want the notes to be, how much distance you want between the notes, time signatures, many different things, and then explore possibilities and make it sound like like your version. So you can explore more notes that were not even there in the song. So you can explore more possibilities so that you cover more of the scale, or also you can shift between now, which sounds more like a minor scale to me, shift to a more major scale and then make it make sense so that it returns home, so that you are not completely in a different emotion than the song. This is how I figured out how to play Bargad so that it made sense to me. I hope this helps. Bye bye.